What I built with Everyday Spy for the ultra high net worth client is we built a suite of capabilities. If you think about it, even your time with the SEALs, right? We are not individually talented. We are individually skilled, but not individually talented. If anything, our talent is learning a new skill, learning whatever skill is put in front of us. And then what the government does with us, what makes an elite unit is creating a suite of people who are highly capable in a variety of skills. So all I did when I left CIA was build the same thing in the corporate side. So Everyday Spy has a corporate functionality, and all we do is bring together industry-leading capabilities from the government sector that nobody realizes has applicability in the private sector. Due diligence, investigations, surveillance, digital surveillance, offensive and defensive cyber operations that are fully within the confines of the law, right? International training, national training, leadership training, all these skills that corporate leaders want and need, especially in the world of new emerging threats. They don't even realize these capabilities exist. So when people trip into my company, when they find their way through, whether it's podcasting or me speaking at an event, inevitably they come and they say, hey, I have a problem. Can you help? And that's where we do most of our business development for high-level clients.
Is there 3 to 5 most common problems that you guys solve for corporations?
Absolutely. So I would say the first one is due diligence. Not just so if anybody's in a world of due diligence, whether you're doing due diligence on a jury, whether you're doing due diligence on a new merger acquisition target, whether you're doing due diligence on your daughter's, fiance, whatever's going on, most people don't realize that your typical due diligence, that you hire an attorney to execute, the attorney subcontracts that out to some private investigator who has a $500 a year license on some LexisNexis or something, and it's all pencil whipping. That's the typical due diligence, and people charge $15,000 for due diligence like that. Very, very weak due diligence in our opinion, because all you're really looking at is documented records.
Yeah.
Whereas when we are called in to work, especially for a company who's hiring a new CEO, a company who's debating whether or not to press charges on a contractor or subcontractor, when we do due diligence for them, it's paperwork due diligence, but it's also real-time cyber due diligence. We have the ability to geofence targets and look at their cyber behavior, look at who they're communicating with, look at what foreign, what local, what connections they're making through their network. I mean, it's a really cool capability, completely legal, that we do, in defense against counterterrorism or defense against human trafficking, but that gives a completely different level of due diligence to those corporate leaders. And then we have a pretty significant portion of our business that just fixes problems, finding people that you can't find because of whatever else. Also, we do a lot of work that makes sure that lawsuits happen in settlements instead of litigation, because whether that's reputation management or reputation targeting,
so
we'll
putting
do
the
both.
squeeze on people to settle and not fucking mess with it,
but in a legal way, which is surprisingly easier than you would think.
Well, it's probably surprising that some of it's legal. Maybe is would be the big surprise for a lot.
Yeah,
of
the
people.
movies make it look like you're going to go knock on someone's door with a bat on your shoulder.
Yeah.
When in reality, all you need, everybody, when you get to the place where you're dealing with people who have $5 million net worth or more, once you hit that contingent of people, there's always something they're trying to hide.
Yeah.
And what sucks is it's not even because those people are nefarious. It's because somewhere along the lines they hired somebody who they didn't scrutinize closely enough, and that person fucked up.
Yeah.
So that way you can go to, somebody who's suing you over A, B, and C, and you can say, hey, this company president of a company that you own did this, and it's on your ass. Yeah. Do you really want to make this part of what comes up in litigation?